Good morning and welcome to Lisa Lovestone's Juicing and Bedhead Musing with some mushroom matcha morning. Carrots and celery. Every now and then you just need to do a physical cleanse, and it's good for your liver and it's good for your colon too. I've just met another person who has had colon cancer. So I've lost count of how many people I know who have had colon cancer. Or like my spirit guide, Shar, she died from colon cancer. Farrah Fawcett died. My high school person, Tobin, she's the only Tobin I've ever known. Tobin. Nobody else calls their kid Tobin. She passed away. A girl I graduated from high school with in Wyoming. So it's good to just, don't do all those stupid concoctions that tell you to add this, this, and this, because it's not actually cleansing you. It's making a serum or a concoction that almost like creates soap. So when you poop, it looks like little pellets and you think that you've eliminated toxins. But in fact, you created soup inside of your digestive system, and you have pellets of soap coming out. So this is natural. It's carrots, celery, black pepper, ginger, and turmeric. Everything here except for the black pepper is organic. It's not a concoction, it's juice. Like when you go to the store and buy orange juice, but that's not real juice. That is crazy town. And of course, I have my mushroom matcha. So I'm definitely starting my day well hydrated. Okay, so I have my old phone that I use just for playing music up there. And I have my regular phone here because I'm going to ask AI some questions, and let's see how it goes. Okay. Hi.
Stay in touch if you...
Hi.
How's it going?
All right.
Hi again.
So I have something I would like to talk about today.
What's on your mind? Go ahead.
I'm curious about the law of projection. Are you familiar with the laws of projection?
The law of projection is a concept often associated with spirituality or psychology. It suggests that our perceptions or judgments about others can reflect our own unconscious thoughts, feelings, or desires. Would you like to explore this idea further or discuss how it relates to your life?
Yes.
The law of projection can be seen as a defense mechanism where we attribute our own undesirable traits or emotions to someone else. It's like we're projecting our own inner world onto others. Some people find it helpful for personal growth and self-awareness. What specifically drew you to this concept?
I'm reading the book, The Golden Future, and the law of projection is one of the spiritual laws.
Let's see. That sounds interesting. The law of projection can be a thought-provoking concept to explore in personal growth and spirituality. What insights or understandings have you gained from reading about this law in the context of the book?
Well, I understand the concept of the law of projection, but what I don't understand is where I am projecting something into someone else, and when that characteristic in that person is actually true and accurate. Where do I understand what is what?
Interesting question. Distinguishing between projection and accurate observation can be challenging. One approach is to examine your emotional response to the trait in others. If you feel strongly about something someone is doing, it might be worth exploring whether that trait resonates with you on some level. Self-reflection and awareness can help you better understand what's yours and what's theirs.
Well, that sounds like some good advice.
Self-reflection can be really helpful in understanding yourself and others better. It's all about being honest with yourself and exploring your own thoughts and feelings.
Okay, I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure to help. Feel free to reach out if you have more questions or need further guidance.
Okay, so there we have it. So there's really no equation, mathematic, breaking it down to know when it's actually them and their characteristic, and when it's just your perception. So I'm gonna have to do some research, I guess, with, type in Bashar and does Bashar actually have any good insight about the law of projection and how to differentiate
Bashar,
between...
the channeled entity, often discusses the law of projection in the context of his teachings on reality creation and consciousness. He views projection as a fundamental aspect of reality where our beliefs and definitions shape our experiences. According to Bashar, understanding and managing our projections can help us create the reality we desire. His perspectives can be thought-provoking, but ultimately, it's up to individual interpretation and application.
Does he give any insight on being able to differentiate our own, our projection on... Hold on. Does he give any insight on our projecting on other people and what is actually a fact about that person? Does Bashar give any insight on that?
Interesting topic. Bashar's teachings touch on how our projections can influence our perceptions of others. He suggests that when we perceive something in someone else, it's a combination of their reality and our own projections. To differentiate, he recommends examining your emotional charge or resonance when perceiving a trait in someone else. If it's highly charged, it might be a projection. If it's more neutral, it might be a more accurate observation. He also emphasizes trusting your inner guidance to discern the difference.
Okay, that was much more helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could provide a more helpful response this time. Bashar's ideas can be complex, so it's great that you're taking the time to understand them better. If you have more questions or need further clarification, feel free to ask.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure to help. Have a great day.
She did the deep dive for me. Thank you, Judy Dench. Okay. So see, even though this book sometimes just makes my head go blah, 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 it has some meaningful purpose, right? Yeah. So we shouldn't always ditch something because there's something about something we don't like or agree with. We need to keep our mind open and listen and see what we can learn from it. You know, we have learned as an American society to be closed-minded. Our institutions are teaching us that. Churches are teaching us that. Our government is teaching us that. The media is teaching us that. Not all. I feel like PBS tries very hard to be open-minded. And because they're open-minded, Frumpy wants to remove all government financial support to them. They receive support from people like you and me also, and European countries also support them. So, you know, it's not going to shut them down. My guess is they have a surplus of money. I don't know. Well, I finished my juice before my matcha, so I guess that tells you how delicious it is. Organic carrots and organic celeries. I'm telling you, it is frickin' delicious. And they both serve very important I just lost the word. Well, nutritional supplication to us. Oh. So, I haven't broke up with Will, but I came really close to doing it. I'm not physically attracted to him. I realized that Friday night when we went to the comedy club. And I don't know what it was. I know his hat was a Confederate hat. It had no symbols on it. It was just that creamy brown color, tan, khaki, whatever color that you would wear, that the soldiers wore. I mean, he's from the South, right? Whether you agree with it or not, it is part of history. And he is a Southern boy. He was born and raised here. He has been all over the place with his jobs. He's been to Colorado. He's been to Maine. So he is aware of life in other places, how the rest of this country is not like the South. So So I just really wanted to get clarification on that subject. And if that's helpful to you, that's wonderful. I guess I don't really have a lot else to say, just that juicing is really good for you, and it you know, a lot of people are getting colon cancer. I have a friend that's going through radiation right now, or chemo. I get the two confused. He had a big piece of cancer in his throat. That's been removed. They think that he's gonna be fine. I mean, what can we do? Our water out of our faucet is toxic, and we have to drink water. We'll fucking die without it. And then water bottles, I mean, how pure are they? Right? Spring water. I mean, there is a spring here where I can go get water, but I question where is the spring? What's happening to the spring? Is there trash? Is there pollution going into the spring? I don't know where the spring is. I can't see it. So I don't really know how pure that spring water is that everybody uses. It's set up in a way that people can just come use it for free. But it's coming up out of the ground. I don't know where the actual spring is. It's close by, obviously. But I don't, you know, I should get somebody with a drone to fly up over the trees and try to find the spring itself and see if anything's being dumped into it or nearby, right? I can't trust what I can't see, but you know, hundreds of people go there and line up with their vehicles to get water. I used to go in the morning so that I could try to beat the crowd, like on a Tuesday morning, you know? But that's a pain in the ass. That is a pain in the ass. It wouldn't be so bad, but I live in an apartment where I go up the elevator way down the hall. I come up the elevator and have to walk way, like, hello, way long hallway. Everything I have to carry. I have arthritis. My hands hurt, my wrists hurt, my back hurts. Oh, wait. I'm not going to speak that into existence, am I? Okay, my hands don't hurt. I don't have arthritis. I don't think it works that way. Anyway, see, I got to catch myself. I feel pretty good today. I do need to see a massage therapist. I've got some pain going on right there. Okay, well, this video is getting long and it takes so long to upload them. And this is my other phone, so I don't even know how it's gonna do. It's Happy Sunday. I will do a card reading for the week later on. I don't know when, maybe right now, maybe tonight. Probably right now would be the best. Okie dokie, hokey pokey. Love, light, and blessings. Have a beautiful week. Happy Sunday. It's a beautiful day out there. Yesterday we had a lot of rain. I went to the Greek festival. Had a gyros. The lamb didn't make me It went through me, but not super fast like beef does. It took a couple hours, but then it finally went through me. So, yeah. I know, I'm going to stop eating meat, and I keep saying that, but I keep eating meat. I don't want to eat meat, but I love a gyros made by the Greeks. There was a hot guy there. Oh my God. I used to go to the Greek Orthodox Church in New Hampshire. Some of the men would just make me almost pass out. They're just so gorgeous. I thought, oh, I would love to marry a Greek man. Because, you know, they won't live with you. You have to marry them. Okie dokie. All right, I'm really leaving this time. Have a wonderful Sunday. Blessings, blessings. Love and light. Lisa Lovestone, out.